That's their first foul. 6 fouls against DeSoto here. And wow, so South Prairie been able to score here. 3 minutes to go in the second quarter and 15-6 to score. Nothing easy. And again, Smith with that pressure and ball out of bounds, and just tough sledding offensively for South Prairie.
Yeah, DeSoto's just so well balanced, and they do what they do, and they're gonna be a force to reckon with all game, and not making it easy for Grand Prairie right now. South Prairie, excuse me.
A big screen out there, and right there now she gets it back, but lost the handle. And South Prairie got to be happy with their defense, only allowing 15 points to this stage of the ball game.
Yeah, so that's a positive that you bring into your team right now. Look, we're not hitting any shots, we're struggling, but defensively, we're still in the game. And that's what you have to do. Is, count on your defense until you can get into your offense and get going, something going.
DeSoto holding South Prairie scoreless here in the second quarter. That's another turnover. And then Muhammad lost the handle at the other end, and South Prairie gets it back. For the last time South Prairie has scored, this has been a physical ball game at both ends.
Yeah, huge screen go out there by hand, and teammates have got to talk and let you know that that's coming.
And now Andrea Robinson will manipulate the minutes for Muhammad, who's playing with those 2 fouls. She'll check back out. Aaron again out top, sitting that screen, and the ball tipped away, but the foul will go against Victoria Dixon. 1:25 to go here in the second quarter, and if South Grand Prairie's defense hadn't done the job they've done, DeSoto might be running away and hiding, but it's still just a 9-point game. Now, Smith got a great look, but DeSoto will get another chance here. Take a look at that.
They did get that lob inside, but they were able to put a body on her and just throw a shot off just enough for it not to go in.
Davis has it back outside. Smith. Good look in the corner. And Samaya Harris goes over the top to get the offensive rebound inside of a minute here in the second quarter.
That's unfortunate because I know South Prairie, that's what they want to do. Is protect the paint, they can take that outside shot, but then they've got to be able to finish by blocking them out and holding them to one shot. And they don't get that offensive rebound on the backside.
And DeSoto has 5 offensive rebounds compared to just 3 defensive rebounds. And again, South Prairie's only had 10 shot attempts here in the first half. Smith, they're daring her to shoot it. A little bit short. Now looking for tack underneath, but I'm not sure if Hartfield didn't maybe lose the handle going up. Looked like she wanted to shoot it and then tried to drop it down to tack. Nevertheless, another turnover. We'll give it back to DeSoto with 35.7 to go. And DeSoto on a drive of their own at over 3 minutes and 40 seconds.
It's a defensive battle, that's for sure.
Okay, DeSoto not playing for 1, and that 3 is no good. Smith trying to keep it alive, but here comes South Prairie. They're just trying to get on the board here in the second quarter.
You think you get a couple of those rebounds and push the ball up the floor and get a quick shot.
Brought down to 5, and they're backing it out now at 2 to the paint at the buzzer. Well, they get buzzer beaters at the end of both quarters. Taylor Barnes, South Prairie's first points of the second quarter come at the buzzer, and still the Lady Warriors only trail by 7 in this one, despite the fact that they only have 8 points. But Taylor Barnes, the freshman, with the kiss off the glass to get the Lady Warriors within 7. It is halftime at the Alamo Dome in the 6A championship game.
I absolutely hated pricking my fingers.
You get these calluses and these sores.
Pick a finger, you know. Which one you gonna hurt today?
Once I was able to use Dexcom, I could simply on my phone and I didn't have to prick.
I'm not relying on a finger stick.
Go inside the association with Stadium. With NBA breaking news from Sean Rania.
You are continuing to break news, and this is big news.
Exclusive player and coach conversations and interviews.
Hey, you should come back to the Lakers. And then I'm here.
NBA prospect breakdowns and analysis from the experts.
He was terrific.
And in-depth information from NBA insiders.
2 of the best in the NBA.
Get your NBA fix with Inside the Association
On Stadium, 24/7 home for sports.
Get more on Stir, where you can catch your local news and all your favorite local shows.
It's fancy.
Want more Judge Judy? Get more on Stir.
I'd like to see it. Yes, Your Honor.
Want more Ellen? Get more on Stir.
Fantastic.
More Few, more Phil, more Maury.
Now I am in your business, okay?
Yep, there's more on Stir.
That's my job. That's why I shine.
Don't just get it all, get more on Stir.
For the world's top players, for the unforgettable moments, and for the most live tennis anywhere, subscribe to Tennis Channel Plus. Watch thousands of live matches from every ATP and WTA event year-round, streaming anywhere on any device. From star-studded Masters 1000s to the biggest WTA events to the year's second slam, Roland Garros. It's all on the #1 streaming app for tennis. Subscribe today.
Live local news?
We're continuing to follow breaking news.
We got it. Morning, noon, and night. Sports? We got it. Movies, game shows, sci-fi? We got it on Stir City.
That's it, 100%. That's it.
You love it? We got it. On your Stir City channel. Stir City is channel 1 on Stir. For DeSoto, halftime here at the Alamo Dome. 6A championship game. South Prairie gets buzzer beaters to end both quarters, and they needed that one in a big way to end that second quarter to cut it to 15-8. It has been a defensive struggle here tonight.
Struggle, or as a lot of coaches would put, they pride themselves on defense, so you can look at it as a positive also, that their teams get the job done.
Well, there's no doubt about it. If you love defense, this is the ball game as we take a look at our Texas Farm Bureau Insurance game summary. Now, one thing DeSoto has done, again, they only have 6 field goals, but they have shared the basketball en route to those 6 field goals.
46 off of those 6 field goals, and that just shows the balance that they have as a team. They play well together. They make good decisions and taking care of basketball.
Well, all joking aside, because South Prairie's defense keeping them in it, because DeSoto is also on the drought of more than 4 minutes and 15 seconds. You get the feeling anybody that heats up a little bit could decide this ball game in the second half.
South Prairie needs to get some looks at the basket and get some good shots off, but their defense right now is keeping them in the game.
Yeah, it should be interesting to see what happens in the second half. Who can come out and establish something offensively? It's halftime in San Antonio. DeSoto, the defending champs, up by 7 at the half.
Go inside the association with Stadium. With With NBA breaking news from Shams Charania.
You are continuing to break news, and this is big news.
Exclusive player and coach conversations and interviews.
Hey, you should come back to the Lakers. And then I'm here.
NBA prospect breakdowns and analysis from the experts.
He was terrific.
And in-depth information from NBA insiders.
2 of the best in the NBA.
Get your NBA fix with Inside the Association
On Stadium, 24/7 home for sports.
Get more on Stir, where you can catch your local news and all your favorite local shows.
It's fancy.
Want more Judge Judy? Get more on Stir.
I'd like to see it. Yes, Your Honor.
Want more Ellen? Get more on Stir.
Fantastic.
More Feud, more Phil, more Maury.
Now I am in your business, okay?
Yep, there's more on Stir.
That's my job. That's why I shine.
Don't just get it all, get more on Stir. Live local news?
We're continuing to follow breaking news.
We got it. Morning, noon, and night. Sports? We got it. Movies, game shows, sci-fi? We got it on Stir City.
That clear. 100%. That's it.
You love it? We got it on your Stir City channel. Stir City is channel 1 on Stir.
It's a Ford halftime show. Here are your 5 state champions to this point. Started with an 8:30 tip in Conference 1A. Ackerley Sands a winner. Kruger in Class 2A. Fairfield wins in Class 3A. Brownsboro, we had that for you earlier this evening. Brownsboro a winner, 50-49 over Hardin Jefferson. And Cedar Park goes back-to-back with a win in 5A. That's a double overtime win over Frisco Memorial as they finish undefeated. And now we get set to crown a 6A state champion. What's the message in the halftime in this 15-8 ball game? DeSoto on top of South Grand Prairie.
Well, DeSoto's going to keep doing what they do. They need to take care of the basketball, get good shots inside. If they don't, then kick it outside to the open girl, which they've done because we talked about the assist already, and just keep their composure, and they should be fine.
Well, they've made a concerted effort also to try to frustrate Adele Tack as much as they can on the defensive end, and she's having a hard time getting many, not only good looks, good touches.
Yeah, their defense is frustrating Grand Prairie. You can see it, and South Grand Prairie is going to have to find a way to get shots and, make a few. And that's all there is to it. Got to put the ball in the hole to win a basketball game.
There you go. That's the coach speaking the gospel of basketball. Halftime. We're coming back with the second half from San Antonio in the 6A state championship game.
Go inside the association with Stadium. With NBA breaking news from Shams Charania.
You are continuing to break news, and this is big news.
Exclusive player and coach conversations and interviews.
Hey, you should come back to the Lakers. And then I'm here.
NBA prospect breakdowns and analysis from the experts.
He was terrific.
And in-depth information from NBA insiders.
2 of the best in the NBA.
Get your NBA fix with Inside the Association.
On Stadium, 24/7 home for sports.
For the world's top players, for the unforgettable moments, and for the most live tennis anywhere, subscribe to Tennis Channel Plus. Watch thousands of live matches from every ATP and WTA event year-round, streaming anywhere on any device. From star-studded Masters 1000s to the biggest WTA events to the year's second slam, Roland Garros. It's all on the #1 streaming app for tennis. Subscribe today.
Live local news?
We're continuing to follow breaking news.
We got it. Morning, noon, and night. Sports? We got it. movies, game shows, sci-fi, we got it on Stir City.
That's it. 100%. That's it.
You love it, we got it on your Stir City channel. Stir City is channel 1 on Stir. Get more on Stir, where you can catch your local news and all your favorite local shows.
It's fancy.
Want more Judge Judy? Get more on Stir.
I'd like to see it. Yes, Your Honor.
Want more Ellen? Get more on Stir.
Fantastic.
More Feud, more Phil, more Maury.
Now I am in your business, okay?
Yep, there's more on Stir.
That's my job. That's why I shine.
Don't just get it all, get more on Stir.
We glorify the outlaw, not for his deeds, but for his spirit. With just a wheel and a prayer, a 3-day racing celebration on sacred circuit grounds. NASCAR makes its way back to Austin, Texas for the Echo Park Automotive Grand Prix race weekend this March. 3 days, 20 turns, one destination. Tickets at NASCAR@COTA.com. We get set for the second half here at the Alamo Dome. Where you see South Prairie head coach Brian Raven and his Lady Warriors. They got buckets at the buzzer of both quarters. So half of their points coming on buzzer beaters, and see what they can come up with offensively here in the second half. DeSoto, though, will start with the ball. Score, and this one is Jack Perry with 5 points.
It'll be interesting to see how they come out and what kind of adjustments they make. Coaches start going at halftime and come out with a new game plan.
Well, got a great look from Smith, but comes up short. Perry gets the start in the second half for Muhammad for DeSoto. Hartfield has it now. DeSoto continues to follow attack everywhere she goes, and they throw it away over the top looking for Taylor Barnes, but on a box and one look with Adele Tacker. Now Muhammad will check in. Smiley Smith will come out.
Yeah, Heron's a Kentucky signee, and they've got to be pleased with what they're seeing from her tonight if they're watching this game.
Aaron just set a big screen and unable to come up with the bucket is Harris at the other end. So again, South Prairie, if they get any kind of offense going, and that's a very difficult shot. They can, and I'm not going to say get back in the game because it's only a 7-point game, but make things a little more interesting.
I like the way she was thinking there, driving and getting it into the paint, but you got to be under control, and if you've got 4 of the DeSoto girls standing there waiting on you, you'd be able to pick it out and maybe get an assist yourself.
Talking about Jack, she doesn't have a field goal attempt in this ballgame, just 2 free throws offensively.
DeSoto obviously came in, putting the body on her, and we're going to focus on her not getting the ball inside. So far, it's working for us.
3-point look off the mark for Hartfield, and again DeSoto trying to get in some rhythm offensively as well. Here's Heron down on the block. Right there, that's Harris. 9-point lead again for the Lady Eagles. You see that pressure?
Inside the paint, you find that open girl outside.
Chance to get some of the line where he can't afford that. Hartfield with the miss.
So I thought earlier that would be one of the keys is for Grand Prairie to get into the paint and cross and body contact, get your free throw on, but they gotta be able to put the free throws in. Got that, that one will be.
8-point lead for DeSoto. Hartfield a pair of free throws and a timeout called by Andrea Robinson of DeSoto here with 6:17 to go in the third quarter. We'll take a timeout. South Prairie looking for some offense here in the third quarter.
Built inside the association with Stadium. With NBA breaking news from Shams Charania.
You are continuing to break news, and this is big news.
Exclusive player and coach conversations and interviews.
Hey, you should come back to the Lakers. And then I'm here.
NBA prospect breakdowns and analysis from the experts.
He was terrific.
And in-depth information from NBA insiders.
2 of the best in the NBA.
Get your NBA fix with Inside the Association.
On Stadium, 24/7 home for sports.
Get more on Stir, where you can catch your local news and all your favorite local shows.
It's fancy.
Want more Judge Judy? Get more on Stir.
I'd like to see it. Yes, Your Honor.
Want more Ellen? Get more on Stir.
Fantastic.
More Feud, more Phil, more Maury.
Now I am in your business, okay?
Yep, there's more on Stir.
That's my job. That's why I shine.
Don't just get it all, get more on Stir.
Our Baylor Scott and White helped the game diagnosis. Mentioned DeSoto 7 field goals, but 3 of the 7 from beyond the arc.
Completed the players.
And Thompson knocking down one, Perry 1, and Harris has a 3 as well. She's 1 for 4 from 3, but again, in a low-scoring game, those threes feel really big. And now that we're almost 2 minutes into this third quarter, the grind continues for South Grand Prairie to get on the scoreboard. And again, you can talk about it and come up with ideas, but executing against this defense and this length is another matter.
Yeah, I think holding DeSoto to the triangle like this is going to help. Getting down the floor quickly and score.
Yeah, they run out there for Barnes, so they get the turnover and they convert the turnover and 6-point ball game.
Because they haven't been able to do it in their set plays in their offense, so they've got to do something. Again, it goes back to defense, Roger. I know you don't want to hear that. But defense out there tries that layup on the other end.
I'm resigned to it. It's all about defense tonight. Mohammed into the paint, offensive foul. Hartfield steps in, takes the charge, and a little momentum swing here. Mohammed has to come out of the game with 3 fouls.
And I still think that's the key. They're going to protect the inside paint and make the Southern take those outside shots. They're going to hold them in one shot and go down and create it on the other end.
South Prairie keeps hanging around here. Tapp again, yet to take a shot from the field. Coming off that 21-point performance last night.
And just set a little screen on her open to get her open. That hasn't helped yet.
Nearly a steal for Harris for DeSoto, but the arrow pointing towards South Grand Prairie, so they'll get it back. DeSoto is also in a low-scoring game. They've done a nice job taking care of it. They had 4 turnovers in the game. And they've turned South Grand Prairie over 13 times.
And that's what great teams do, especially in championship games. Take care of the basketball and make each possession count.
Well, they got a great look right in the middle of that zone, but shot just off the mark from Hartfield. Thompson pressure. Pushing foul is going to be called against South Grand Prairie. And it's going to be Dixon called for the foul.
Just trying to keep Smith from posting her up down low and ended up getting called for the foul.
That's 3 fouls on Dixon. So she will check out of the ball game. And go India Harris, she gets bumped, kicks it in the corner, good look at Prairie, and nothing but net. That's Thompson, she's got a pair of triples.
Thompson was alternate in this tournament last year, so she is not a stranger to this stage.
Back to a 9-point lead. Shot no, and out of bounds off of South Grand Prairie. Getting some decent looks. Barnes had a pretty good look there. Yana Thompson with a couple of threes. She had 6 points last night. Aaron goes right to attack and now kicks it out. Another three. And then the follow and nearly an and one opportunity, but Prairie will go to the free throw line.
Well, that was all created by Heron, just making a good, strong pass out to her teammates.
Johnny Perry, the senior, will get free throws, active on the offensive glass, and Heron will come out as we have a timeout on the floor. 3:53 to go here in the third quarter. Timeout called with DeSoto going to the free throw line. So South Grand Prairie not scoring the last 2:24. And DeSoto has a chance to get this extended.
Basketball state championships are brought to you.
Live local news.
We're continuing to follow breaking news.
We got morning, noon, and night. Sports. We got movies, game shows, sci-fi. We got it on Stir City.
Got clear. 100%. That's it.
You love it. We got it on your Stir City channel. Stir City is channel 1 on Stir.
The UIL Girls Basketball State Championships are brought to you by Ford. Visit your local Texas Ford dealer. Ford is the best in Texas. By Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, proud official sponsor of the UIL. By Baylor Scott and White Health, changing healthcare for the better. And by Jack in the Box, proud sponsor of the UIL Championships.
3:53 to go here in the third quarter from the Alamo Dome in San Antonio. South Grand Prairie trailing DeSoto by 9. The Lady Warriors so impressive in that win over Summer Creek last night, 65-41, but tough sledding offensively, just 3 field goals in the ballgame. 0 for 2 from beyond the arc, and their defense keeping them in this one, although DeSoto getting a little bit of separation as they lead it by 9, and they've got free throws coming.
Yeah, thinking back to that game last night against Summer Creek was pressuring them all over the court, and South Grand Prairie did a great job of handling the ball and getting a lot of easy baskets from their press. From beating Summer Creek's press. And that's not allowed. DeSoto's not allowed that to happen tonight.
Yeah, Donna Perry with the bucket at the foul line. She's got a half dozen. She and Thompson are the 2 leading scorers for DeSoto. Now she is the leading scorer with 7 points, and it's the first double-figure lead of the night. South Grand Prairie just having a tough time getting across midcourt here. Floated pass, fortunate to get through. And now the wide open look, not there, and Tack couldn't come up with it.
You know, when they do get a wide open look, it's just not dropping. And sometimes, unfortunately, you have those kind of nights, but there's still a lot of game left to be played.
And that's keep playing hard on defense there, but foul will be called against South Grand Prairie. It will go against Joy Madison Key. That's just effort, though. She is trying to make something happen defensively. Thompson took a couple of threes. Got it down the block to Heron. 6'5" tap on her. Can't do anything with it. Nearly throws it away, but Hartfield couldn't come up with the interception, but again, that presence down low.
Yeah, Heron just got a little sloppy there and thought her teammate was going to be open out on the wing and didn't know that South Grand Prairie was going to be there to get the ball. But hopefully they got it back.
Samaya Smith, the leading scorer, averaging over 16 a game, just 2 points, but other players picking up the slack for DeSoto. Ball tipped away, turnover the other way. Nice little spin and then unable to finish it is Madison Key. And then DeSoto at the other end, and they're going to get free throws for Harris. So South Grand Prairie, a steal, can't convert. Transition the other way, free throws are coming.
Johnny Perry, after turning the ball over right there, did an excellent job of getting back on defense. And when I thought they were going to have a layup, she turned it into a turnover and free throws on the other end.
Yeah, this is Harris. She's got a half dozen with that free throw. Biggest lead for DeSoto extended. They're on a 6-0 run right now. Mia Harris knocks down the second free throw. She's got 7. Perry has 7. Get it in the paint. The runner is short though from Barnes, and here comes DeSoto. And when you're struggling shooting, man, see the pressure builds to hit a shot, and it might lead to some of these misses.
Well, you're exactly right. When you start trying to guide the ball in the hole and see shooting it, just kind of compounds the situation sometimes.
Samaya Smith can't save that one, so the turnover gives it back to South Grand Prairie. But again, it's a 7-0 run for DeSoto. South Grand Prairie trying to make something happen here. They have hit buzzer beaters at the end of both quarters. I'd like a few more before that, and now instead a turnover the other way. And then the floater for Prairie is good. She's got 9. Now separation timeout, DeSoto out to a 15-point lead.
Well, she's thinking they're going to attack the ball, but they're in the middle of the floor and half court, but she's really touched the ball underneath her bucket.
3-point shot, no good from Handling, and another DeSoto possession. The foul will go against Madison Key, and now with 1:11 to go. And DeSoto really asserting themselves here in the third quarter. 9-0 run. We've got a timeout with 1:11 to go here. It's 30-second timeout call, but now you've got a DeSoto team that's starting to find a little more rhythm offensively, and that makes life even more difficult for South Grand Prairie.
Yeah, they're looking pretty comfortable out there, and you see them talking to each other and say, "Hey, I thought you were going to be there," and they're confident in what they're doing and what they're capable of doing.
And the job they've done on tap, they've made it a concerted effort to limit her touches, and we've seen Heron face guarding her and not even looking at the other 4 players. It's sometimes she'll back off and a little more traditional, but just doing everything they can to limit it, and attack doesn't have a field goal attempt.
Yeah, it's hard to shoot when you don't touch the basketball, so they've got to find a way to get her the ball.
Attack's on the bench now, so they'll go small here. trying to create something with some speed. Samaya Smith gets it into the front court, and now go inside, outside. Thompson on that wing, drops it down to Smith. Working hard, and little jump hook is good for Samaya Smith. 17-point lead, Smith, second field goal of the ball game. Morgan reluctant to take an open look. Now inside of 30 seconds to go. Nearly double dribble there, but Dixon able to dribble it out. 16 seconds to go. Madison Key. Dixon in jail, gets it off. Morgan has it, 4 seconds to go. Kicks it in the corner, Madison Key at the buzzer, and that one does not go. It would have been their third buzzer beater of the ball game, but DeSoto has separated themselves here in the third quarter on an 11-0 run. 28-11 is the score here as we head to the fourth quarter. Prairie needs a big effort to keep DeSoto from back-to-back titles. The lunch.
Go inside the association with Stadium. With NBA breaking news from Shams Charania.
You are continuing to break news, and this is big news.
Exclusive player and coach conversations and interviews.
Hey, you should come back to the Lakers. And then I'm here.
NBA prospect breakdowns and analysis from the experts.
He was terrific.
And in-depth information from NBA insiders.
2 of the best in the NBA.
Get your NBA fix with Inside the Association
On Stadium, 24/7 home for sports.
Get more on Stir, where you can catch your local news and all your favorite local shows.
It's fancy.
Want more Judge Judy? Get more on Stir.
I'd like to see it. Yes, Your Honor.
Want more Ellen? Get more on Stir.
Fantastic.
More Few, more Phil, more Maury.
Now I am in your business, okay?
Yep, there's more on Stir.
That's my job. That's why I shine.
Don't just get it all, get more on Stir. Live local news,
We're continuing to follow great news.
we got it. Morning, noon, and night. Sports, we got it. Movies, game shows, sci-fi, we got that.
One of the great big event cities in the United States, downtown San Antonio, hosting the state championships this weekend for the Texas high school girls, and then next weekend, the boys state championship weekend. Well, DeSoto got the separation there, outscoring South Grand Prairie 13-3 in that third quarter, and now a tough hill to climb for South Grand Prairie, down by 17 points.
Yeah, I thought they had a couple good opportunities for shots on that last possession before the quarter. They did a good job of shot faking and getting DeSoto up off the floor, but didn't take an opportunity to shoot the ball when they were open.
And they're trying to turn up the pressure on defense here as DeSoto gets the possession here to start the fourth quarter. Harris. Samaya Smith will just back it out against Tack, and now they'll reset, and Muhammad down on the block is fouled as Hanley giving up about 7 inches of size to Amina Muhammad.
Yeah, DeSoto was aware of the size advantage that she had and was trying to post her up. Best something they could do was foul.
How about that on the inbound, Jamaica Harris? She's the first in double figures. Harris with the 3. She's got 10, and the lead is 20 for DeSoto.
Well, you've got 7 D1 players that you can roll in and out. I guess you shouldn't be too surprised.
First shot attempt from the field. Tack comes up short, and we haven't even seen Michaela Gatewood, a Kansas State sign. He hasn't played here in San Antonio this weekend. traffic, and then at the other end, and Prairie called for the foul as Dixon will go to the free throw line. So Victoria Dixon, the 5'5" senior, at the line. Saddled with foul trouble last night. Only played 12 minutes before fouling out. She's got 3, and she's the leading scorer for South Prairie with those 3 points. Madison Key back in the ball game. Smith lets that one go out of bounds, so DeSoto will have it. 19-point lead, 6:43 to go in this fourth quarter. Mia Harris and Smith will play press breaker. They get it to Muhammad. And over the top, and that ball knocked away. That kind of an ill-advised pass, but DeSoto retains possession.
Yeah, Coach Robinson over there on the sideline. I mean, she's brought 3 different schools to the state tournament, so she's a well-accomplished coach.
Good look at 3 there, off the mark for Thompson, but DeSoto takes it right back. Maya Smith on the baseline, tough defense right there. And the steal, Dixon got a hand on it. And you see DeSoto able to get back on defense, and then Samaya Smith with the block, and then Fox gets her first basket of the ball game. And Brian Raven will call the quick timeout. 5:50 to go. Take a look again.
Finally had the opportunity to get the ball inside and Dak's first bucket of the game. They've got to keep doing that. They've got 5 minutes left to try to make some sort of comeback.
Yeah, Odell Tack again coming into the ballgame averaging 14 points, her first field goal on just her second field goal attempt. Once again, we talked about it, but it is an astonishing signing day when you look at those signees, Smith, LSU. They're not just D1 signees, but those are Power 5, Power 6, however you want to call it. 2 to go into the Kansas State. You got 3 to the SEC, 3 to the Big 12, and a future Big 12
It's impressive.
American Conference rather with SMU. So Guy Perry, and she's had an outstanding ball game with 9 points and had that 15 and 10 last night. Smith breaks the pressure. Back, you see the side. Now there's a flip side, Nancy, and that is you got 7 high-level players that would be the best clear-cut player on so many teams. So they've got to kind of figure it out, and obviously they've done a great job of that, led by their head coach, to put ego and numbers aside.
They've absolutely done an excellent job of that because that's the sign of a great team. When you have that chemistry, and it doesn't matter who gets the recognition or the points, it's just as long as you get the job done. DeSoto's done that the last 2 years.
Yeah, that's certainly a credit to Andrew Robinson being able to manage all that talent. Good problem to have. Let's get it down low to Tack. Spins right into the double team, and Shemaya Smith takes it away. And Smith looking to go coast to coast, and she's fouled from behind. And Shemaya Smith, the MVP of this championship last year, going back to the free throw line.
They were trying to stop her, but they just didn't get there in time.
You got 6-5 trailing. You've got Madison Key trying to set up and take a charge, but Smith will get free throws as Heron checks back in. Tiana Heron. She's been part of an outstanding defensive effort against Tack.
And she's done a nice job. I think Tack just had the ball down there and finally got it in here, but she's probably maybe misspeaking. I don't know if she's used to playing against so tight. So she had the ball up high like she's probably tight and maybe took it from her.
3-point shot, back iron, no. Second chance, yes. Victoria Dixon with 5 points, 31-16. Inside of 5 minutes to go in the ball game. Heron inside, and she will get free throws. Good luck to get Tiana Heron an opportunity.
South Prairie's working hard. They're mixing up their defenses, trying to create some action, and maybe the answer's putting them on the free throw line.
Heron at the line, and this is the first one. Smith, by the way, that was a 1-and-1 that she missed. Heron looking for her first points of the game. Smith will check out of the ball game for DeSoto. Thompson back in. Heron 6'5", Muhammad 6'4", Smith 6'4". 2 misses there, so that's 3 misses at the line. Hands a little too active right there as Mia Harris gets called for the foul. 4:30 to go here in the ball game. South Prairie. These buckets by the bunches as we take a look at that replay.
They've got to be able to take care of the ball because DeSoto's going to be all over them, and it's a good job of getting the foul calls out there. Setting Tack up for a screen.
Tack got a real tough shot though, kind of a running jumper in traffic. Nearly a steal, and then loose ball, and South Prairie comes up with the steal. Dixon out in front, forces the contact, and got into the body of Thompson, so Victoria Dixon will get free throws.
Enjoying Madison Key, she is just not giving up. She is getting it all over the floor on both ends.
You can see Dixon there giving up some size, so she said, let me get into the body and create that contact, and she will be back at the free throw line. We've got a timeout on the floor. 4:04 to go here in the fourth quarter in this 6A state championship game. DeSoto and South Prairie.
Go inside the association stadium with NBA breaking news from Shams Charania.
You are continuing to break news, and this is big news.
Exclusive player and coach conversations and interviews.
Hey, you should come back to the Lakers. And then I'm here.
NBA prospect breakdowns and analysis from the experts.
He was terrific.
And in-depth information from NBA insiders.
2 of the best in the NBA.
Get your NBA fix with Inside the Association
On Stadium, 24/7 home for sports.
Get more on Stir, where you can catch your local news and all your favorite local shows.
It's fancy.
Want more Judge Judy? Get more on Stir.
I'd like to see it. Yes, Your Honor.
Want more Ellen? Get more on Stir.
Fantastic.
More Few, more Phil, more Maury.
Now I am in your business, okay?
Yep, there's more on Stir.
That's my job. That's why I shine.
Don't just get it all, get more on Stir.
The UIL Girls Basketball State Championships are brought to you by Ford. Visit your local Texas Ford dealer. Ford is the best in Texas. By Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, proud official sponsor of the UIL. By Baylor Scott and Whitehouse, changing healthcare for the better. And by Jack in the Box, proud sponsor of the UIL Championships.
We are inside the Alamo Dome for the 6A state championship game. DeSoto and South Prairie, an all DFW championship. You wonder how can that happen? Well, it's based on regions, and South Prairie in Region 1, DeSoto in Region 2. They do not meet in the regional finals. Instead, those 2 regions meet in the state tournament. So, South Prairie will get free throws here from Victoria Dixon. 5'5" senior. She's got a half dozen points to lead her team in scoring. DeSoto on a drought of 322. In fact, South Prairie with that free throw of a miss. It's a 6-0 run, and they have had some other chances at the free throw line to cut into this lead. Here's 14, long way to go for South Prairie. There's a nice catch, can't get the finish. That's what South Prairie needs, a quick miss and another possession. Oh, Madison Key got a good look and just missed that floater short. And then contact, and Muhammad kind of landed awkwardly on her hand, holding that as Dixon in some pain too. Take a look at that replay, just kind of
They just got their feet mixed up, tripped up together.
tripped up, and Dixon got the worst of it, but she's able to check that. That is Hartfield who pops up, and hopefully she's okay, but Muhammad will go to the free throw line. Clean up the floor near the midcourt logo here at the Alamo Dome before Muhammad goes to the line. Just 2 points tonight. Got in some early foul trouble. So she's kind of been in and out of the line all game long. It will be a 1-and-1. South Prairie, another chance here, man, by 14 points. And DeSoto will press out and miss free throws. Makes. Good look for three, gets way short. You almost feel the rough shot there, and DeSoto gets it back. Grind to the basket and up. My goodness, another collision, and Tack gets the worst of it there as she is holding that left knee. We saw Harris collide with her, and Tack able to pop up. And always worry someone that tall, those knees are exposed to smaller players like that. So Harris at the line. Hits the first free throw. Only player in the ball game in double figures with 11. Mia Harris said that Kansas State trying to follow up a 13-point performance last night with another big effort, and she's got 12, and DeSoto back to a 16-point lead. Zach will come out of the ball game. Andrea Robbins will keep that pressure on as Heron checks out.
Get up the three-quarter court press. I think it's more just to slow up South Prairie and make them make decisions or quick shots like that.
Yeah, and again, with a hand in the face. Miss there, and then DeSoto at the other end. That's a travel. Perry never really got set, then shuffled those feet. Just a tough shooting night for South Prairie there. 6 total field goals, and they don't have a 3.
It is a tough shooting night because contrary to what I just said, but taking that quick shot, that's what they need to do, And they're struggling to get shots off period, so.
Well, and that's what you said right there. You could tell.
Definitely altered their shot.
Yeah, Hartfield going up against 6'4" Samaya Smith now showing some of her ball handling. Still is a little stuck there, but can't hit the finish. Running at the other end. And the bucket for Dixon, and Brian Raven will take the timeout. Victoria Dixon with 8, and it's a 14-point game with 2:23 to go. We'll take a look at that. Well, Smith had a great chance at one end, and then
That's one of South Prairie strengths, you know, if they get a quick rebound, they're gonna get the ball up the floor. And that's why DeSoto's been setting up in their little three-quarter press to try to slow them down. But they didn't have a chance right there to stop them at all.
well, they came into this game at 35-4, but they have not lost since December 29th. That was to North Little Rock in a holiday tournament. Had a couple of tough ones early in the playoffs. Area round win over Plano by 6, and then a regional quarterfinal win by 7 over Coppell. So certainly battle tested. Had that great performance last night against Summer Creek, but
You know, 2 of their other losses were from state tournament teams. Northside Park that was here, and Duncanville didn't make the tournament, but you know, DeSoto went away in the region, they probably would have been here.
yeah, they lost to DeSoto in the regional finals and played DeSoto pretty tough. It was a 60-47 ball game in that regional championship. So, South Prairie will try to make something happen, and then inevitably probably try to make DeSoto earn it at the free throw line.
There's still time, believe it or not.
There's
It can
that
happen.
DeSoto path to the state championship game. And Coach Andrew Robinson watching her team play against that press, and they get it into Harris. Good breaking herself. Harris into the corner. And see the heads up play right there. The circular back out, turning offense over. Now they're attacking, and Samaya Smith offensive save, and it goes right back to Harris. Just a backbreaker for South Prairie. Now is just going to go ahead and foul intentionally. You got the miss, but couldn't come up with the defensive rebound, and now you have to foul with 1:54 to go.
Going back to Coach Robinson, she alluded to she won the state championship with this team last year, DeSoto, but she also won 2 in 4A with Dunbar, and then took Cedar Hill to the state semifinal game. So she's got over 500 wins, doing a great job wherever she's at.
Lisa Muhammad hits the first, the sophomore. As DeSoto 154 away from completing this legacy tour.
We're talking earlier about how well they play together, and this is another team that has grown up playing together. So there's no jealousy at any top, and just willing to do whatever it takes to get done.
Timeout called as Samaya Smith got bottled up in a double team. Victoria Dixon, fearless, knocked down that bucket. She's in double figures with 10. She's got nearly half of South Grand Prairie's points.
That's one way to beat a press. Look long and beat them deep.
Over the top, and then Dixon over 6'4", Samaya Harris with a nice little pull-up jumper. DeSoto up by 14. DeSoto doesn't have a field goal the last nearly 6 minutes, 5 minutes and 49 seconds.
Well, I'm sure over there in this timeout, Coach Robinson's telling them, they don't have to have a field goal. They just need to make sure they meet the passes and take care of the ball because they're going to be put on the free throw line.
Yep, they've done a pretty good job at the line, 8 of 12 so far. 6 block shots defensively, 6 steals defensively for this DeSoto #1 ranked team. And immediately the foul, so free throws coming for Jamia Harris. Looking to add to her game high total. Interesting to see what they do with that most outstanding player. Harris has 13, so 13 last night, 13 tonight. Prairie had 15 and 10 last night. She's got 9.
Can you give it to the team?
I think if there was ever a more appropriate, it's this one because I think that's exactly right, Nancy. It's so interchangeable on who has the big scoring nights.
Exactly.
And we're just talking about offensive numbers, bucket right there. And timeout for South Prairie, Madison Q first bucket. But again, this state championship is going to be won tonight, assuming they can hold on for another 80 seconds at the defensive end.
Yeah, another easy bucket breaking the press, and it'll be interesting to see if DeSoto stays in their little 1-2-2 3/4 court press because South Prairie's handled it the last 2 times, so maybe they'll come out and do something different.
I mentioned South Prairie last night with that win over Summer Creek. Here's how they got to this championship game, and there you see a couple of close ball games in rounds 2 and 3, and a 12-point game in the regional final as well over Denton Braswell before. Who would have thought that their most lopsided win after the opening round would be in the state semifinals against the number 2 team in the state. So you just never quite know how it's going to unfold here in San Antonio, and I'm not sure they're going to have enough tonight, but what an outstanding season they've had. And, you know, Andrew Robinson just wants to see that clock strike 0.
Well, that sounds, it's cliche-ish, but that's why we play the game, because, you know, I don't think, I don't know if it's a surprise that Hardin Jefferson beat Argyle, but Argyle was undefeated.
That's right.
And Hardin Jefferson took it to them.
And then Brownsboro turns around and beats Hardin Jefferson.
Exactly.
So they're going to try for the steal initially, and then they commit the foul. But with 1:17 to go here, just about a formality as we walk to the other end, and it will be Jamia Harris, and she gets a chance to add to her point total. 26% shooting for South Prairie as that will be it for Dixon. She fouls out with 10 points. She certainly had a fine ball game. Victoria Dixon will get a nice hand.
She did. She played her heart out. She can hold her head up high.
Harris will get free throws once they get the sub in. Hanley comes back in for South Prairie. Nia Harris. That one. Harris has a couple of threes. 5 of 7 from the line. 6 of 8, 14 points. So leading scorer in the game, leading scorer here in San Antonio for DeSoto. And they're not backing off. Just a little bit too hard, and Morgan can't get it to go. That should do it, although South Prairie is going to show pressure here.
Some coaches are going to bounce over here, but not going to.
1 minute to go with a 14-point game, and DeSoto's on their way to back-to-back state titles. Thompson going to the free throw line. 13-3 third quarter really separated this ball game for DeSoto. They led 15-8 at the half. So even though South Prairie was having trouble scoring, they were still right in it. But then outscored by 10 in that third quarter. Thompson was 7. Ball got by Smith, and 3-point shot. No, rebound, and DeSoto will take the air out of it as long as South Prairie lets them. That one really ticked off. Now they kick it to Harris. Didn't give him a foul.
They're not gonna call it.
Now they're going to call that one. 35.7 to go. And more free throws coming for DeSoto. And Harris able to pad her numbers here in the state championship game. Points. Prairie has 8 points and 6 rebounds. Smith 4.6 rebounds, 5 block shots from Smith. Yet another block shot for DeSoto. That we're going to say was not touched. And this might be a chance to dribble it out. We'll see. Substitutions coming in as Brian Raven will empty his bench. DeSoto starting to feel it here.
Those the seniors that are going out. Crowd showing their appreciation for what kind of year they've had. And
now, it appears South Prairie is waving the white flag and Samaya Smith will dribble it out. The Lady Eagles from DeSoto complete their legacy tour with back-to-back state championships as they win 40-23. The final score here in the 6A state championship game.
I got it.
We're wondering where that ball that Samaya Smith threw, Nancy's holding it. What an effort, though.
Game ball, yes.
What an effort from this DeSoto team. What a defensive effort from this DeSoto team to win that state championship. And so much on them because of winning it last year, and again, having all the Division I players, but they put all the individual stuff aside, and you can see the emotion on Andrea Robinson's face right there as they get to celebrate a state championship.
Impressive win by the number 3 team in the nation. So South Prairie could hold their heads up high because they stuck with them for a while, even though it was a tough battle.
No doubt about it. Finishing runner-up in Class 6A is, there you see the head coach celebrating yet another state championship, and what a run this year has been. They'll finish at 35-2 with that state championship, and they do it with a suffocating defensive effort tonight against South Prairie. Now there you see Jameer Harris, and she is our 4th player of the game, leading scorer in the ball game. Harris, she finishes with 16 points, 8 of 10 for the free throw line, also with 5 rebounds and 2 assists in 31 minutes, so she nearly goes the distance. And Jameer Harris is your 4th player of the game in this state championship game. Harris a couple of runners, but really helped put this ball game away in the 4th quarter at the free throw line. So Jameer Harris is your 4th player of the game, and you give it to one, but if ever there was a team worthy of it, it is up and down that roster, because every night out it could be somebody else leading the way for this DeSoto team. And you talk about someone like Samaya Smith, one of the top recruits in the nation. 4 points rather, and 6 rebounds, but her presence was felt in other areas with those 5 block shots. Muhammad headed to Texas, got into a little foul trouble, and finished with 2 points and 2 rebounds.
Well, that's what great teams do. They, it's not always all about the points. It's the little things that make you successful. And you can do it with defense, you can do it with free throws, you can do it with pumping your teammates up. So DeSoto, kudos to them for being a great team.
See them getting their medals as state champ for the second straight year and doing it in impressive fashion. Last night they had a fourth quarter game against Clark out of San Antonio. Again, they won by 9 and they outscored them by 8 in that fourth quarter. Held Clark without a field goal the final 2:46. So defense, a big part of last night's victory, and certainly defense was the story of tonight's ball game.
They're just kind of steady and, like we keep saying it, well balanced. And they, as the game goes along, they figure out the changes that they need to make to put the finishing touches on the team that they're playing that night.
You see the head coach, Andrea Robinson, leading DeSoto to back-to-back state championships. As we wait for the trophy, it'll be interesting to see. We chose Jamia Harris. We'll see who is voted the most outstanding player in this ball game. There we go. Well, it's a consensus. And you go back to 13 points last night as well. Factors into the equation as she has 29 points for the 2 ball games.
Yeah, like you said, she was fortunate enough to be the one scoring in this tournament, but give the credit to her teammates that allowed it to happen.
So she will accept that plaque, and then they will get the trophy. That's the one that matters the most. As DeSoto picks up their second straight state championship trophy here at the Alamo Dome. South Grand Prairie being awarded their runner-up trophy as well, as they had an outstanding season getting to the title game. Second straight trip to the state championship, but there's that trophy. We'll have more on this postgame show. DeSoto, back-to-back champs.
Live local news.
We're continuing to follow breaking news.
We got morning, noon, and night. Sports. We got movies, game shows, sci-fi. We got on Stir City.
That's it, 100%.